Mossop.
Thanks for joining me. Different to yesterday's sudden death clash, the loser in our match today between Norths and Manly in the major preliminary semi-final gets another chance by playing Easts in next week's Saturday match. Now, Manly has a full side selected and fit, which includes Les Boyd as the 14th man, assured, they say, of a game at some stage. The Sea Eagles have finished second in 1982 and they've won the KB Cup, credentials which can't be overlooked. They annihilated South Sydney last weekend with Phil Blake and Alan Thompson starring and being responsible for many of the 8 Sea Eagle tries. The form of Paul McCabe at lock must have pleased the representative selectors. He had a big game, as did hooker Ray Brown, Max Krilic's understudy. Well, North Sydney have not been in the semis since 1965, and if emotion comes into rugby league, they're everyone's sentimental favourite to win. The Big Bears, McKinnon and Mayo, have both survived having knee surgery this year to get this far, and I think they'll play a big part. Captain Mark Graham will relish the return of hooker John Gray. Gray's skill in passing is superb. He sets up most of the Bears' breaks. Surprisingly, however, Mitchell Cox will play. It's widely suspected that he has a painful chest injury and has likely had pain-killing needles. Frankly, the decision to play him staggers me. Here are the teams have won 5, Manly have won 1. And the Manly side taking it very slowly as they come out, led by their skipper, Alan Thompson. This is the full team: Graham Eddy, John Rebo, Chris Close, Michael Blake, Phil Carey, Alan Thompson, Phil Blake, Paul McCabe, Bruce Walker, Paul Button, Terry Randall, Ray Brown, Jeff Gerard and coach Ray Ritchie. And now a loud roar proclaiming the fact that the Grizzlies are coming out, and they are no doubt the sentimental favourites. Let's see the team. Larry Kelly, Andrew Simons, Simon Brockwell, John Adam, Chris Luckman, Mitchell Cox, Paul McCaffrey, Mark Graham, Peter Cross, Keith Harris, Don McKinnon, John Gray, Steve Mayo and coach Ron Willey. The referee, Mr. John Gosha. Away they go. Manly kicking off. North Sydney receiving the ball. Mark Graham has it. And Norths, of course, in their red uniform. The first bust of the match is Graham gets a one-handed pass to Brockwell, brings it back to halfway. Barry Ross on the sideline.
And a great start for North Sydney there with that burst from Graham. And he won the toss for North Sydney, and they decided to take first use of this strong nor'easter.
All right, so North Sydney getting the benefit of the breeze in the first half. There's a long floating pass has been put down by Mitchell Cox, but he manages to offload a long one out to Andrew Simons. Rebo's wrong-footed. He's got up the sideline and Borton gets him over the sideline. Good covering tackle there. And Rebo ought to give Borton a bit of a pat on the back for that one. Scrum now 7 yards Manly side of halfway. Thompson to feed. Both sets of back standing flat. Penalty to Norths. Loose arm against Ray Brown. Kelly with a drop punt, getting the ball up to Manly's quarter. Now John Gray, the master of ceremonies. Good solid tackle there from Jeff Gerard. And Simons. McCaffrey. Back inside to Mayo. That looked a little bit marginal, that one. Randall the tackler. Gray. McCaffrey. Mitchell Cox. Doubles around. Midfield on the quarter, Manly's end. John Gray. Unable to get a pass away as Borton has his arms locked to his side. McCaffrey. That comes to Graham, standing wide. Gets a pass away nicely. It looked a little bit forward, but he's been picked up only about 3 yards out. That was Cross. And North Sydney on the ball at the moment. McKinnon, McCaffrey, Gray. The pass to Graham. There's an overlap. Oh, the ball's gone to the ground. There was a try on there for all seasons. And the knock on. They had a 3-man overlap, North Sydney, and blew it. See it again. Now watch this, as Gray managed to get his pass away. There was the Graham pass, mutt pass from Mayo was along the ground, and a try gone begging. There's another scrum win to North Sydney. It's 4-all. Set scrums, the penalties 1-all. Blackman. That's the winger, the very blonde-headed lad from the left wing. John Gray back on the inside to McKinnon. Cross picks it up on the half volley. He nearly got a pass away there, and Mayo was travelling pretty hard. Gray says, get up, get up. Mitchell Cox. Lovely break by Cox. And Thompson comes at him with the assistance of rebound, puts him down, about 12 yards out. Adam, McCaffrey, Gray, Graham. Last tackle. McCaffrey evades one tackle. Stands up, gets a bad pass away, a good pass away rather. 6 to go, was touched in flight, Manly on the rack, 2 yards out from their line. John Gray putting his head down and going hard. They forced him back into the field of play. McKinnon trying to get himself there. He's been stopped again in the field of play. He's only inches away. So try to McKinnon. Got up and played it forward. Manly players complaining bitterly. The head-on shot will show that. This is the side-on shot. Well, that's going to be a controversial one, I feel. Just played it straight through the ruck, but a lot of dissent there from Manly players. John Gray now from about 20 yards out. He's about 15 yards off centre. Hits the left-hand upright and ricochets away. And that's a bad miss. It's a relatively simple conversion, that one. North 3, Manly 0. Down into the quarter. It's just on the quarter line, so Manly now in a useful attacking position. Randall takes it to the North Sydney forwards. About 20 yards out. Crisscross, Gerard, Thompson. Ray Brown. Good tackle, unseats him, but he's up again. Gets it back to Borton. Borton back to Blake, onto brother Michael. Midfield now on the quarter. Manly all bunched up around the ruck there. Switch of play to McCabe. There's Phil Blake through the gap. And only caught at a sparing tackle by McKinnon. McCabe. McCabe. Last tackle coming up. He's only about 2 yards out. Phil Blake loses it and it trickles over the sideline. Player down injured at the moment. The referee
three players down, yes. John Gray, Don McKinnon and McCaffrey again.
The referee had to put the scrum down now. He's said there's enough time gone. Johnny Gray into the scrum. Penalty to Manly. Loose arm against Gray. And there he is on the bottom of it. I really can't see any point for this kicking for touch in these situations. He's kicked backwards to open the angle up a little bit and keep the North Sydney players back to 5. Randall. Now they've worked the play. There's the ball stolen. That'll be a penalty against, I think, Mayo. Let's just see it again. Here we go. At that point, a very obvious penalty. Graham Eady only 20 yards out. He's about probably 20 yards off centre. 40 goals from 58 attempts, 69.0%. Kicked 10 from 10 last week against South Sydney. Not that one. There's an unbelievable miss from a man who kicked 10 from 10. So the score remains as it was. North Sydney 3, Manly 0. Carey has it. Loses the ball. Also come up with it. That's the fourth occasion in the opening 19 minutes that Manly, in the opening 23 minutes, the main clock has stopped. That they've lost the ball on the first occasion, first tackle. Error situation. 5-3. Manly have created the most number of errors. Randall. Yes, the main clock here in the cricket ground appears to have stopped after 20 minutes. Got a bit tired there. Ray Brown. McCabe into the clear. Just knocked away to Thompson on the halfway line. Somebody's shoe being thrown well away. Still on halfway. Ray Brown. Paul Vaughton. Desperately trying to unload a pass there, but couldn't get his arms free. Fast tackle.
Okay, but dummy half with only one shoe on.
Walker. There's an intercept being taken by Simons. And McCabe still going around with one shoe. The other one is thrown elsewhere by a North Sydney player. Mayo using his free arm there as he carried the ball more like a heavyweight boxer. There's Les Boyd, the man that they say will get a run some stage today for Manly, back after knee surgery. Thompson, Gerard, Brown, nicely to Edie. Edie burst the first line. Finally put down there well by Keith Harris. And Blake. Thompson, Vaughton. Vaughton gets up and plays it forward. Goes for a good strong sprint. And he's only about 9 yards now from the North Sydney line. Ray Brown. Back on the inside to Randall. Got a pass away, did he? No. Nice tackle coming up. Ray Brown. Oh dear, Phil Blake wasn't ready for that. Didn't have his hands anywhere near it. Came to him very quickly, the pass, but nonetheless. We've had 26 minutes of play. 3-0 North Sydney led. Manly back in possession. Chris Close.
McKinnon put that one down.
McCabe. Hit hard. 18 yards out from North Sydney's line. Blake. Nicely away to Randall. To Thompson. Thompson to Michael Blake. Steps nicely into Thompson. Plenty of ball movement now. Now Manly standing in a bunch again. Thompson putting his head down, dummying, and then going on his own, a full pirouette. Long floating pass out to Gerard. Knocked down. Picked up, 6 to go. Gerard's intention was very good to get it quickly out there to the left of Rebo. Gordon. It's Randall bursting through in for a try. Well, that's threadbare. There was no try on. It was man for man, and the veteran, the warhorse of the Manly team, comes up with a try that's put them level. See it again. Straight through. 2 defenders. Mark Graham was the first, and I think John Gray was the other. I may have done Gray an injustice. We'll see from head on. It's Mark Graham, a clutching type of tackle here that does nothing. No, the other one was Harris, who has already been down injured for some length of time, and Randall in beside the post. Second attempt from Graham Eadie, only 10 yards out, about 8 yards off centre. Ooh, that one snuck in on their right hand upright too, but Manly hit the front. Manly 5, North 3. On the sideline, he's been down once rather lengthily. It's an arm or a wrist problem. And is that the one he was treated for before, Barry?
Yes, it is. And he's been down, I think, 3 times with that injury, Rex. Once very close to the North Sydney try line, and not so long ago he sat down after a tackle for a couple of seconds. And that's the 3rd time now.
Okay.
One really very concerned out there with him. Ran down from the grandstand to talk to John Gray.
Okay, back to the kickoff. Carey takes it. And gets out over the quarter.
Gray back on the field now for North Sydney.
Randall. No doubt trumped that by that try. Not generally remember that he played in the centre for Manly at the start of his career.
That's right, way back in 71 or thereabouts. And
lovely pass to McCabe. McCabe sights an opening and loads a pass out to Carey, back inside to Borton. Borton's up the sideline and tackled well, midway between the North quarter and halfway. Crowd applauding this football. Thompson, Gerard, little dummy, the step, knocked down. Who's got it? Still his. Must have been knocked back into his hands. Ray Brown, Blake, Walker. And Manly back standing too flat at the moment. Ray Brown got a weird crisscross pass there to the support coming through in Randall. Thompson, all close, did well to take that. That pass was behind him. We've had 31 minutes of play in the first half. Manly leading by 5 points to 3. And that was a despairing dive as Walker took that put him down. Ray Brown. Michael Blake, right through the gap, he's got support. Rebounds in for a try. Magnificent football from Manly. And North Sydney in total disarray at the moment. They're streaming back from up near halfway. See the action again. Ray Brown's pass beautifully there onto Michael Blake. Blake diagonal, then angled back. And Rebo was there to touchdown from head on. Ray Brown. And that's a pass that is just so beautifully executed. And Michael Blake did everything right there. Got it to Rebo, the big fella, able to get down. Edie's 3rd attempted goal. About 18 yards out, about 15 yards off centre. Struck that well. That's another 2 points to Manly with about 33 minutes gone. The conversion, of course, made it 10-3 in Manly's favour as Gray kicks off. Ball ricocheted off the post and straight back to Edie. He takes play to within about 3 yards of the quarter line. Is John Rebo coming midfield. That's a little bit for his corner there from Cross. Rebo's got up and dropped the ball, has he? That roughing up he received has obviously unsettled him a little bit. There it was. A bit of a swinging arm, I thought. There's a penalty to North Sydney. Thompson being penalised for an incorrect feed. With only under a minute, according to our time. Differential penalty, of course. They can't kick for goal. Mayo will take it and plough forward.
It'll be very doubtful if John Gray would be coming back next half. Rex has been in extreme pain for the last 10-15 minutes.
McKinnon is Cross hit very, very hard by Gerard in a top head-on tackle. Drove him backwards. Gray having trouble with that arm of his getting the pass away. Adam Brockwell leaves it behind. I think that's Ray Brown who's come up with it. And there's the hooter in the background. So at half-time, Manly in a top game in terms of entertainment and hard competitive edge. Lead by 10 points to 3. The try scorers for Manly have been Terry Randall and John Rebo, and 2 goals to Graham Edie. For the North Sydney side, Don McKinnon a try. The scrums have gone 6-all. The penalties have gone 4-3 to Manly. We'll be back with more of the same in just a few moments on Seven's Big League. Second half, Harris kicks off for North Sydney. Manly receiving the ball. Edie will put it back downfield, as she does right now. Kelly to be ringed around by Manly players. Barry Ross has been in the dressing rooms. What have they got to say?
Well, we can see the Manly tactics right from that kick-off. Graham Eadie putting the ball back, taking use of this strong wind. And Ray Ritchie said that we've won the first half, but this is the half that counts. And he said we've got to get more ball and retain it when we get it. Ron Willie, meanwhile, he's concerned that his backs aren't deep enough, and he told his fullback, even though we're against the wind, to get in the back line. He said also pointed out to his dummy half to watch Ray Brown around the ruck where he creates the opening.
And the loss of John Gray? Yes,
well, John Gray, a badly bruised arm, and the North Sydney camp are going to have it x-rayed as soon as possible after the game to confirm a break. Phil Ritchie, wearing number 14, is on for Gray.
Right, Gerard picking up where he left off with a very solid tackle on cross. He's put in some very good work in the first half for the Manly side. McCaffrey by to Graham. And that's the 6. I believe both sets of backs could stand deeper than they're standing, particularly on their own put-in. Now, for instance, we've got North feeding this scrum, and their backs are up very, very flat. Hardly an opportunity to attack. Away to Mitchell Cox. John Adam. Just darting around there. That's not really terribly constructive from Adam. Now Ritchie playing a number 14. He's a very good little player, this fella. Only diminutive, but he's a goer.
He has very high work rate.
And he's got some ball skills. Graham standing in a tackle, but no runners. Just Manly side of halfway. McCaffrey switches it across the ruck to Adam. Nicely out to Mitchell Cox. And Simons back on the inside to Adam. Heavy tackle, but chest high, says referee Gager, over quickly for the signal, because Adam had fallen awkwardly. And it looked a little bit worse than it was. 10-3. Manly lead. Oi! Away goes Mitchell Cox in a diagonal sort of run. He's unloaded nicely out to Adam. Adams up the sideline, throws the dummy to Rebo, evades Rebo, and he's swung to the ground. And that's the 6. Mitchell Cox showing himself to be a very important man in this North Sydney side now. They've been attacking really only on the occasions he's run. It's a penalty against McCaffrey for failing to retire. Edie's kick finds touch 10 yards from North Sydney's quarter. Crisscross move by Manly. Gerard bores ahead to the quarter line. No Brown. Randall, who's not taken a backward step all day. Manly won the first match in the Premiership clash this year, but against North Sydney by 24-18 at Brookvale, and were routed at North Sydney Oval 31-12 in a match we televised. Ray Brown. Randall. Play about 20 yards out from the... Plays it ahead. Steals another 4 yards. Last tackle coming up. Gerard. Back on the inside to Rebo. Oh, very close to being through. And there's a North Sydney player. I think it's Cross who's in pain at the moment with a problem. He affected the tackle. May have fell on Rebo's boot. There's Rebo tearing through McKinnon's tackle. So Wilson on. And McCaffrey off. He's limping rather badly. He was the one that had the shin injury, you'll recollect, or ankle injury. Now they come up with the scrum win. John Rebo. Rebo from dummy half again. Getting very involved in the play. Coming in from his wing frequently. Crisscross move. Gerard. Randall. Up to the quarter line. 10-3. Manly. Play round. Walker hit hard. Driven sideways. Ray Brown. Gerard. Manly pounding away through the forwards. Blake. That's the kick up. Ball's on the ground. Who's got it? It's a Manly try.
Michael Blake.
Michael Blake's come up with a bomb from his brother Phil. A drop ball there in the, about 3 yards out from the line. I was going to comment, it was the first test that Kelly had had. And this is the kick from Blake. Everybody on side. They got in each other's way there a bit. Mitchell Cox went up and interfered with his own fullback from head on. Now watch number 6, Mitchell Cox, actually, I think, knocked Kelly. It was a case of one calling for it, but they both went. Cox couldn't handle it. Blake gets it. Graham Eadie, 10 yards out, 5 yards off centre, 4th attempt. Oh, he squirted that, and it's just gone over. He's not striking the ball well at all today, but Manly 15, North Sydney 3. Terry Randall being roundly applauded as he comes from the field. Being replaced, there he goes. And on the sideline, Ian Thompson waiting to, or he's on the field now, in number 18. There's a good heel to North Sydney. Out she comes. Wilson flies it away smartly to Graham. Remarkable turnaround in the scrum situation since Gray left and Ritchie came on. He's won the scrums 10-2 as Bockwell gets given a pass and Michael Blake comes out with a superb diving tackle. 6 to go. The ball touched in flight as referee goes in. Cherry all over him like the Black Death there. Up the blind side goes McKinnon. And they'll get him over the sideline. No, on the halfway line. Wilson, a run around with Mayo back inside the cross. Round about halfway. Mitchell Cox with a lovely pass to Kelly. He's got some pace, this fella too, but look at that tackle from McCabe. Copybook.
And Chris Close is sitting beside me. Just told me that he felt a slight twinge in his hamstring, and as a precaution, he came straight off.
Yeah, Mayo. Well, it's looking better since they're keeping the ball alive. Adam. On the halfway line. That's the 6. And completing that scenario about the scrums, Ritchie's won the scrum 6-2 since he came on to replace John Gray. Alan Burns on in what number?
The 16. 16. Peter Cross is coming off, so I assume that Mark Graham's gone into second row for North Sydney and Burns at lock forward.
A scrum penalty to Manly. Petey says, where, sir? John Gosher points to the spot. And brings it up towards the quarter line. A few running as foils there. There's Gerard onto Vaughton. Vaughton through a half gap. Up to the quarter. 15 points to 3. Oh, McKay puts it down. It was a good pass. Apparently just couldn't handle the pace of it.
Back away, Manly. Another way. Oh, come on!
Feed across against Manly. Not allowing the ball to get in the scrum. Here's the error situation. Manly 10, North 7, number of times each side's given the ball back to the opposition. North still being G'd up by the crowd here, who are very much pro the Bears.
And Les Boyd starting to warm up beside me here, doing some stretching exercises.
Richard Cox, Simon Brockwell, and tackle by Booth.
And here comes Les Boyd wearing number 17.
Mark Graham. And the ball's been stolen. Ray Brown will be penalised for that. Tackle had been called. Les Boyd there stretching those hamstrings. And who will it be? Perhaps could be Walker or
probably
McCabe.
Bruce Walker, yes.
Now North Sydney, first time for a long while up this end of the field. 21 minutes gone in the second half. Blackman. Graham. Wilson receives it from Ritchie. Ritchie shows the ball away to Brockwell. They're only about 11 yards out from the Manly line now as McKinnon goes around the blind side of a ruck. Last tackle. Well, that was ricocheted off, picked up by Burns, and it's 6 to go.
As Bruce Walker was the Manly player that charged through then.
Mayo still pounding forward. That could be, oh, they've lost the ball close to the line. Golden opportunity there for North Sydney, but it went begging. I think Edie's come up with the dregs. Walker. 3 yards to the quarter line. And on Thompson. Nearly been playing it mostly through the forwards. Gerard, a little dummy, right into the clear. Got Rebo on the outside. And gets it to Rebo. He goes round Kelly. Oh, and he had McCabe on the inside, and he should have passed. Stayed in the field of play. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Well, Boyd's on. And that should have led to a try. And Phil Blake, over anxious, dropped the ball at dummy half. Walker off. Boyd on. Controversy corner panel on Sports World, which is on every Sunday morning between 10:30 and 1. We'll judge all those weekly award winners, and the man responsible that we believe was the best footballer of the year on our 7 telecasts will be the recipient of a magnificent prize, a Mazda RX-7, valued at over $17,000. And the man responsible for the try of the year comes up with a magnificent 629 Mazda sedan, valued at nearly $9,000. Penalty. Very crooked feed against Wilson. Minutes to go. Both sides get the second bite of the cherry. The loser, actually, I refer to. The second bite of the cherry. Plays Eastern Suburbs next Saturday. Ian Thompson on the surge there. Now Ray Brown, usually pretty cluey in these areas. Has a go on his own. Just about 5 yards out.
Look at Les Boyd out wide.
Manly trying the move between the legs. Les Boyd standing wide of Phil Blake. Not intending to get it this time. Kerry. Took that well. Not an easy pass to take. Blake. Vaughton. Thompson. Held but not put down by Wilson. Ray Brown. And there's Phil Blake coming up with a field goal. Just to lengthen that lead fractionally. 16 points to 3 with 11.5 minutes to go. Let's have a look at that kick and goal. Well, I couldn't see from that shot whether it touched anyone in flight or not. There's a Manly scrum win. Thompson makes a little inroad. 4 yards from the quarter. There's Les Boyd. It's taking a long while to get off the fallen enemy there. Ray Brown a dummy half. Thompson, Ian. He's done well since he came on. And Thompson, Les Boyd. Break the first line. Jeff Gerard right through the middle of the ruck. Rebo's there. Gets it to Rebo. Rebo going hard. Unloaded nicely to Blake. Blake gets it to Michael Blake. He's into number 2. Phil Blake to Michael Blake. And what a great run from Gerard. Good passing there from Rebo. Michael Blake. Phil Blake to Michael. And watch it again. Gerard right through the meat of the North Sydney ruck. Strides out beautifully. Rebo positioned himself well and did well at that point to unload to Phil Blake, and a nice pass to his brother who's in for his second. Head on. Gerard got him behind Ritchie, who'd gone too far across in cover. And Rebo positioning himself nicely. That was clever stuff. One player there brought undone because of a fallen opponent. And Michael Blake tripped over his own foot. Edie. 10 yards the sideline, a low trajectory kick, which he's kicked. Bless my soul, that's 5 from 6 today. Missed the first easy one. Only 21, North 3. Back to the action. And a correction on the score, or Edie's portion of it. 4 from 5 today.
Yes, he's now scored 2,113 points for Manly in all games, 294 of them. 1,677 of those points in first-grade premiership football.
Vaughton around about halfway. Gerard back inside to Kerry. Gerard had a top game today, as has a number of players in the Manly side. Blake coming through. We'll get to this on the full. He'll score a solo try. Will he? No. What a top tackle from Kelly. That's a brilliant tackle. Alan Thompson, a little dummy, would have done better to unload there, and that's the 6. Well, Blake has certainly perfected that kick and chase.
As Rex, I was talking some quarters that this Larry Kelly, the North Sydney fullback, would be a weak link. He's taken Blake and Rebo front on today, and no two harder players could you have.
There's a penalty for a second row feed that really was, well, he's not got the second row feed. Strangely, he's suggesting that the North Sydney pack weren't square on. Blake, a quick tap. Out to Michael Blake. That stuttering footwork of his. Stops and starts and stops and starts. Very difficult target. Brown. Ian Thompson. Official time just under 3 minutes to go. Ray Brown, Paul Butt. There's the one between the legs. McCabe comes hard on the burst off a Thompson pass. There's Blake close to being in. He's there. Full stretch. Wasn't held effectively by McKinnon. Comes up with a try. See that again? The acceleration of this young man is quite remarkable. Right through. Held but not effectively at full stretch. A try allowed. There it was, right on the line, but on the line is in goal, and that's a try. ED. Another easy one, 26 points to 3. Manly have annihilated North Sydney here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, the preliminary semi-final with under a minute to go, unofficial time. The scorers for the Manly side have been stages of the game now. I'll go through the scorers for you. McKinnon takes it just a required distance, flicks the ball, but it's gone to ground. And there's the hooter in the background. So for the end of the section for North Sydney this week, they'll come up against Eastern Suburbs next week on next Saturday, and Manly will play Parramatta next Sunday. Manly 26, North Sydney 3. For Manly, John Rebo a try, Michael Blake 2 tries, a try to Phil Blake and a try to Terry Randall, and 5 goals from 6 attempts to Graham Eadie. That makes 15 out of 16 in the last 2 matches. For the North Sydney side, their only try came from Don McKinnon. The scrums went 14 to 9 in favour of North Sydney. The penalties 8 to 6 favour of Manly. Our award winner today was the Manly Warringah prop forward Jeff Gerard, who I thought had quite an outstanding game, and I thought was probably the most outstanding player on the field by far. He had several monumentally hard tackles that he pulled off, and a couple of great breaks, one leading to a try. So Jeff Gerard, our award winner. Now, the results of the matches in today's round, in the first, second and third grade: Manly 26, North 3 in our match, St George 18, Balmain 2 in reserve grade. In the third grade, Penrith 26, Balmain 15. Now, as a result of the wins and losses over this weekend, this is the football you'll see next Saturday in first, second and third grade. East and North in first, second Parramatta and Balmain, third Newtown and Balmain. The loser of these matches, incidentally, is finished for 1982. Passing on to Sunday, Parramatta play Manly in first grade, East play St George in reserve grade, and in third grade Parramatta clash with Penrith. The winners go straight into the grand final from the Sunday matches. Now the winners from Saturday play the losers from Sundays in the final.
The West Tigers.